Well, there you have it. That's a wrap. We've talked about the symptoms. We've talked about the disease. We've talked about how difficult it is to address. That is part of what makes it so terminal, right? You just get to a point where what can we do about this? And I understand people are mad, but if you made it this far, I'm amazed because all of this is so convicting, and I'm as convicted of much of it as anybody. I have 6 teenage girls that are fostered and adopted that I consider mine. Now, how do I go to them and have this conversation? I do talk to them about it, but this is not easy because I'm saying things that they aren't hearing anywhere else. They aren't hearing it from their schools. They're not hearing it from their churches. They're not hearing it from their peers. Everything is going this direction. And I'm saying, wait, this is a problem. And again, this is a symptom of behavioral sync, right? The entire society is going wrong. And this is where I come in and I'm often saying, we aren't doing anything right. Everything we are doing is wrong. That is the accumulation, the sum of all of the symptoms. Everything. I can't really find anything. There's a society or two in the world, in our part of the world, that really seems to be doing it right. And the Amish is one of them. They're just awesome from a biological, from a survival standpoint. But how many people in our culture want to wake up in the morning and say, look, we're all going to be Amish? It would probably be a smart thing biologically, but we have a trajectory. We have a momentum in our culture. And I just don't know what we're going to do about this. And I fear that we are staring right at the face of extinction, at least to large percentages of humanity. There would be a remnant, I'm sure, depending on what the doom is. Maybe it's a biological. If it's another COVID times 10, God help us. Because we're working and creating those things right now, If the electricity goes down, if a war breaks out and the Chinese collapse our grid, or somebody collapses our grid, 400 million people would die in North America within 9 months. These things have potential, but there probably would still be a remnant. And my book, The Madness, talks about this. But again, I think we need to just address the issue and get real about talking about this instead of fighting over the symptoms.